Yeah, everybody got quiet.
Good morning. My name is Sonia Laird, and I am a 2006 Ciresi Scholar and a student at the University of St. Thomas School of Law. I'm new to Minnesota by way of New York, where I received both my undergraduate and MBA from the Nyack College. Martin Luther King Jr. said that everybody can be great because anyone can serve. Greatness is measured by the service we extend and the impact our lives have on others. When I became a Ciresi Scholar, I researched Mike. I learned that providing a level playing field is important to Mike. Like Mike, I will be an advocate for issues that impact society and my community, such as social justice, consumer protection, healthcare reform, and civil rights. Through the Ciresi Scholarship, Mike has extended his life and touched mine, and I plan to do the same for others. Today is an honor for me to introduce, Minnesota's next U.S. Senator, Mike Ciresi.
Yeah.
It's good to be here, particularly in this neighborhood. I grew up not far from here in Como Park. To be surrounded by my family and the friends and colleagues who I've shared many joys with and many sorrows and gone down many roads together. I'd like to take a minute before I get into my formal remarks to just reflect a little bit on what's happened at Virginia Tech over the last week. We've all watched, we've seen the horrific events that took place at that institution. And as I was watching yesterday at the young students at the convocation, I was struck by the poignancy of what politics is about in Minnesota and the nation, and what we are about as a nation. I saw those young students and their parents sitting in that hall with the grief, pain, bewilderment, and yet they were comforting each other. They were giving hope to each other. They showed resiliency, determination. They had smiles and tears. But yet through it all, they showed strength and pride in their institution and belief in each other. And I thought, this is the next generation of America. It's why we invest in each other. And as I reflected on the day and watched these young people, I thought America is in good hands if we give them the skills and tools that we are obligated to do. So we saw the best of America come from the worst of times. I believe that voters have a right to know who a candidate is and why they are running. Sonia, I want to thank you for introducing me. I came from not far from here, grew up in Como Park. My father had a 7th grade education. I know something about immigration. But he had a work ethic. He worked every day, 8 to 8, Saturdays 8 to 10. He taught me the principles of accountability, of effort, of working with other people. And he taught me more than that, because I watched him as I watched my mother die of breast cancer when I was 12 years old. I saw the pain and the love in his eyes. I saw the dedication. I saw the value of having health care. But the family would have been in dire straits had we not had that health care. I saw my mother have a tremendous amount of courage, caring only about her family. These were days where you didn't have the type of health care that you have with people today. but she fought through it, and I saw a tremendous will to live and a passion for life over odds that could not be overcome. I grew up in a neighborhood of working class people. The parents of my friends were bus drivers, bricklayers, railroad workers, teachers, and city employees. They reached out and helped my family. The teachers I had helped me get back on the straight and narrow on those occasions where I strayed. And frankly, they were many. So I developed a sense of community and family. I learned that people helped each other and that you could rely on your family, friends, neighbors, and teachers. Went on to high school and played sports. I've been educated here in St. Paul, born here in St. Paul, and I started working here in St. Paul. After I graduated from the then St. Thomas College, now University of St. Thomas, where I played football and also did some studying, I went on to law school. I guess I finally realized that at my height I wasn't going to play professional football. I went to law school because it was a place to make things right. A place to give you the skills to change people's lives, to create a level playing field for all of our citizens. And after law school, I went to a law firm that was formed by two Jewish lawyers who in the 1930s could not go to the best law firms in the Twin Cities. So they formed their own. And they formed their own on a principle that we would represent all people, regardless of who they are or where they came from. And I was once again the beneficiary of other people's investment in me, and particularly a man by the name of Solly Robbins, who had a passion to make the law work for everyone, regardless of who they were. He reinforced in me the messages that I learned in childhood. The common good, sacrifice, integrity, hard work, responsibility and accountability, and compassion for your fellow citizens. And those principles have guided me throughout my career. And I've been privileged to work with people who not only talk about those principles, but share them and live with them, and many of them are here today. We've taken on a lot of big tasks during the course of our career. When women were being provided products that took away their own right to determine when they were going to have children or if they were going to have children, we took those drug companies on. We believe that women ought to have that right. And we took them on in a way that nobody else did, and we got women justice. And we put ourselves at risk to do it. Today, people not in just this nation, but across the world have a right to know what chemicals are in chemical plants next to them, the right to know laws. They have that right because of what we did as this small law firm in Minneapolis in the Bhopal case. And then probably the biggest task that we ever took on, the cigarette litigation, where we took on an industry that was killing 400,000 Americans each and every year, and had done so with impunity. People said we may have lost our senses. Some of my partners felt that way. But the law firm, because of the principles upon which it was founded, said we will do this because it's the right thing to do. And we did, and we have had a profound impact on the state of Minnesota, this nation, and the world, not just economically, but from a health standpoint. So we've not just talked about taking on special interests. We've actually done it during the course of